This is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Anthony Landau.
And I'm Imani Shamsuddin. Let's take a look at the news.
Student Senate elections were held this past Monday to fill 8 spots on the executive board. But what really happens in this election process? Camille Sanders helps break down the process.
Is an organization on campus that acts as a liaison between the student body and the administration. I sat down with Camille Sanders, Chief of Staff and Interim Speaker of the Assembly, to learn about the election process and where her passion for Student Senate started.
So recently we just passed a resolution on the university fines system. So we're creating a working group to look into university fines, whether it's library fines, residential living fines, like parking fines. We've had a lot of complaints about that in the past, so we're trying to make something happen about that.
There are 3 different types of elections used. First are general elections with sophomores, juniors, seniors, and the at-large position that occurs at the end of the spring semester. Then the second part is the Speaker of the Assembly elections. Camille explains when that will take place.
And you can keep an eye out too for the Speaker of the Assembly elections that will be coming up later this fall. An application will be sent out again via the Student Activities Office email to all of campus.
Student Senate is a great way to get involved around campus and to have your voice be heard. Camille shares why she decided to stick with this organization.
Kind of as things progressed in the organization, we realized that we both had a real passion for it, really liked being able to implement change on campus, even though it's not super immediate, you don't see it the next week, you see it maybe in a couple months or sometimes even a year, but you're able to help out your fellow students, and I think that's really rewarding. So.
For more information about Student Senate, keep a lookout for emails from the Student Activities Office or the Bradley University website. For BUTV News, I'm Elise Holskoff.
With the 2019 school year approaching, the ACBU is working hard to find the next batch of event coordinators to fill their shoes.
Bradley University hosts many events across campus, but behind every event is a coordinator that makes it happen. The ACBU held their recruitment event on Monday night, aimed for the sole purpose of lining up a group of qualified students to coordinate events across campus. With the future in sight, the time has come for the next batch to take their important positions.
So tonight's event was, we called it ACBU Recruitment Night, and that was basically for the next upcoming 2019 Executive Board.
The event, which was held in the Student Center Ballroom, followed a blind date style format with students revolving around tables and talking about various positions just waiting to be applied for.
It's actually really cool. It's kind of interesting to see what what each event step brings to the kind of the coordinator's position and whatnot. For homecoming with us, we loved having event staffers, being able to kind of get different opinions and how they are on the campus and whatnot.
With the 2019 school year fast approaching, the events that bring Bradley to life must have responsible coordinators, and the ACBU is working hard to make that happen. Nelson Gutierrez, BUTV News.
Last Saturday, students got the chance to listen to their fellow classmates dominate the acoustics of the Dingledine Music Center. The Bradley Women's Choir, Chorale, and Chamber Singers all took turns on stage to make their vocal talents heard. All the songs performed were based on the event's main theme, perspectives. Dr. Ganschow also put his talent on display by conducting singers in 3 different locations. Speaking of Bradley's singing groups, Dynamics is the only a cappella group on campus. It's a musical outlet for everyone, no matter the background, and gives students an opportunity to step away from the traditional choirs offered. And that's why Dynamics is this week's Someone You Should Know.
Dynamics is Bradley's very own a cappella group. It was founded in 2004 and was first only open to men, until recently where it became a mixed group. Hannah Subgrunski, the president of the organization, talks a little bit about what the group looks like now.
So we have all 4 of the traditional choral parts, soprano, alto, tenor, bass. And we've been singing around campus mostly pop music, and with a little bit of musical theater and classic rock and contemporary thrown in the mix.
Dynamics is here on campus to become a musical outlet for everyone. Anyone can audition and participate. Hannah talks of the wide diversity within the group.
We have engineering majors, science majors, communication majors, music majors. We have a little bit of everything. So we function on campus to be a musical outlet for everyone.
Vice President Victoria Benitez touches on what a typical rehearsal is like and how the group benefits from it.
So we have like 2 rehearsals per week, and those are kind of like different. So one is on Wednesdays and one is on Friday. The Wednesday ones are more sectional based, so we separate into women's and men's sectionals, so altos and sopranos for 1 hour, and then bass and tenor for a different hour, and we just work on music. It's more part based, so that way the parts can learn their music before having to do it all together. And then on Fridays we do a whole group rehearsal.
With the new season just starting, there's a lot of thought for expectations for this year. Hannah talks about what she expects for this upcoming season.
We usually find performances as we go along, so they're not always set in stone. We do a lot of gigs around campus and around the general area, and we're really just looking to perform more often, have more fun together, go on social events.
Unlike the traditional choirs, Dynamics is a group that helps you express your talent. This organization is a fun activity to pursue, and it allows you to grow as a vocalist. If you would like to know more about Dynamics, find them on Facebook or Instagram. Performance dates will be posted soon, so keep a lookout. For BUTV News, I'm Elise Holskoff.
Bradley's own Cecile Baldwin is a voice actor known for voicing the main character of the Welcome to Night Vale podcast. He is outspoken about his experience as an openly gay, HIV-positive person in the arts. As a proud alumni, Cecile hopes to pass his knowledge on to the next generation of LGBTQ+ and Bradley students. He will be on campus this October 25th at 7:30 in the Student Center Ballroom. Doors will open at 7:15 p.m.
Have you ever had second thoughts about your major or minor? For many students, that was the case, and that's why the Major and Minor Fair is put on each year. It's a one-stop shop for all your academic needs.
This past Monday, students had the opportunity to check out the Majors and Minor Fair, a source of guidance towards their academic careers. This event has been held since the late 1990s at Bradley University, and it offers information about all the majors and minors here on campus. I got a chance to speak with David Turilzo, Director of Orientation and Advisement, as he explains the use of this event.
This event is for all students, for them to be able to go and visit with different tables and be able to collect information about majors, about minors, maybe double majors, maybe they want to switch a major. They can even change majors right here at the Majors and Minors Fair. We've been doing this for a number of years, and it does give first-year students, sophomores or juniors, just the opportunity to one-stop shop, if you will. I mean, this is most of the majors are represented in this space for about a 2-hour window of time. And within that window of time, they can ask any sets of questions. But the great thing is you can go to accounting, to communication, to family consumer sciences, and it's all in the same location.
Because all of the majors and minors are in the same place, it's easier for students to gather information and make decisions based on what's best for them and their academic career, with some help from the faculty, students, and professional staff.
So you have the student perspective, and then you have the faculty staff perspective, so that they can get the perspectives on what are the classes like, what's the major like from the younger students' perspective, and then you've got somebody that is a little bit more seasoned in the faculty and the staff, and they could give the opinions on the major as a faculty member in that area, or as an administrator, if you will.
I also got a word with Ken Harding, Director of Employer Testing Services in the Smith Career Center, who works with undecided students. He explains why these events go hand in hand with the exploration program here at Bradley.
The Career Center has always assisted in this by helping students to see the connections between those potential major choices and possible careers. So we're here to support students as they're engaged in this search, and we're offering assistance about what can be done with majors in certain areas.
Helping students become prepared for the working world is what this event comes down to. The Majors and Minors Fair aids the students by giving them the correct information from the source and allows them to have possible perspectives. For more information about the various majors and minors offered on campus, visit the Bradley University website. For BUTV News, I'm Elise Holskoff.
Cool weather got you down? Well, this story will surely warm you up. Last Thursday, a group of Bradley students from the Phi Gamma Delta fraternity held a fundraiser to support the USO. Those who paid $2 or more could make the members of the fraternity eat crackers with hot sauce piled on them. Some of the sausage could reach spiciness levels of over 2 million Scovilles. Despite the pain this caused for the fraternity members, it was all a good cause supporting our armed service members.
As part of their continual fundraising efforts on campus, the Sigma Lambda Gamma sorority sold caramel apples and more inside the Student Center. There were 3 types of apples available for purchase: extra peanut, sprinkle, and plain, but all were absolutely delicious. But in case apples don't whet your appetite, mouth-watering pumpkin-spiced pretzels were also for sale. All proceeds benefited Sigma Lambda Gamma, and the funds will be used to fund future events hosted by the sorority.
10 students will get the opportunity to receive a free dinner with past Bradley Braves. During this evening, students will be able to network and become acquainted with some of Bradley's most notable alumni. This event is taking place tomorrow at 6 p.m. Check Hilltop Happenings to see if there is still time to sign up. Most in America find it standard to be poor while attending college and even post-graduation. But this Bradley Brave isn't sticking to the status quo. Junior Janice Brown is all about saving while in school to build her economic legacy down the road.
Going out shopping, going out to dinner, I'm always that person who's like, oh wait, I got a coupon.
Janice Brown isn't your average shopaholic. Just as much as she likes splurging on her favorite things, she loves saving money. This Bradley Jr. says her personal experiences have helped her prioritize financial literacy.
I was raised by a single parent, and I've seen I've seen my mom struggle with money. I've seen her have to pick and pull from certain places and just be stressed about, paying bills and things like that. And I don't want that for anyone.
Brown is taking it upon herself to take finance classes outside of school and seek mentors to help her build her economic legacy. And Brown isn't selfish with the information she receives. She's hosted workshops with her sorority Alpha Kappa Alpha on campus to help students with budgeting and is the go-to among her friends when it comes to managing money. She shares apps, coupons, and all her favorite saving tips to anyone who needs help.
I love being that person that everyone comes to. I love to spread the wealth, spread the knowledge, and I just want everyone to be great, everyone to succeed, and
Brown has plans to own land, open businesses, and bring franchises to lower income communities. She believes it's not only about obtaining money, but what you do with it that matters.
I want to be an entrepreneur, and I want to better the community, better myself, and just make an impact.
For BUTV News, I'm Taylor Musgrove.
Here's a big question. Does Bradley University actually recycle, or is it all just a front for good publicity? Well, we had to find out.
Here's Sam Kohlmeyer with the exclusive premiere of Sam Investigates.
You've seen these bright blue bins all around campus before. It's 2018 and they're pretty much everywhere. They're recycling bins, of course, and they're meant for goods like paper or plastic or aluminum, used once by you and then hopefully reused in some other form down the line. But as someone who lived on campus for 2 years, I noticed an alarming trend more times than I could count. Bags filled with recyclable goods were often thrown next to or inside of dumpsters heading directly to landfills and not recycling centers. So I talked to some other students and they had seen the exact same thing, and we began questioning if Bradley's recycling initiatives were just a show for good publicity. Here's the supervisor of custodial services, Tracy Vanderhead.
So for anybody that says Bradley doesn't recycle, what would you tell them?
We certainly do.
Have you seen it with your own eyes?
I do it. I take care of it. So yeah,
okay.
Yes, we do. I'm in charge of all the lights. Me in particular, I actually go over and physically put the lights in boxes to make sure they get taken off. We use Batteries Plus in East Peoria.
If we've ever seen a bag laying around, what does that usually mean?
Depending on where it's laying, sometimes what we do is the students go around and collect these bags. So they'll set them outside for another student to come by with the van and pick them up. If a bag is contaminated, it means it has food particles or something that's not recyclable in it. And we're supposed to, at that time, then pull that bag and throw it away. So if that's being seen, that's what's happened. It's been contaminated.
But still, one question remained. Where does the recycling on campus actually go to be collected? We've heard about this central location. I asked Tracy about it, and off camera she told me there was this red recycle-only dumpster, and it turns out it's real.
So here it is. This is the dumpster we've been looking for. Right here, over on the side, you can see it says recycling only. But also right here, single stream recycling guidelines. And it explains everything that was said. So after a little bit of hunting, I was able to locate the bin. It's right next to St. Mark's School, right across the street from the Kaufman building. Down at this sketchy alley right here is the single stream recycling bin, pretty much meaning that anything recyclable can go in there and then the company will actually pick it up and take it where it needs to go. So it's here, it's not made up, it is real. Bradley University does actually recycle. For BUTV News, I'm Sam Kohlmeyer.
Fascinating stuff, Sam. Coming up next, Larry Larson will take a look at the weather.
And Kelly Rogers will tell you which celebrity couple decided to call it quits right after this.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
La 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 la, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
You're not in here.
Yes, I am.
Move! Give it to him hard!
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Larry's here. Larry, cool weather got you down or what?
Other than the flurries we had last Friday, I'm actually really enjoying the fall weather. I don't know about you guys.
It's a little chilly. I might be from Chicago, but it's cold.
It's cold.
It is kind of cold. For you fall lovers, there's going to be even more of that fall weather. First, let's take a look at the radar. Clearly, nothing going on, no rain, no clouds. Closest clouds we have down there in Missouri, no rain to be found. I was actually talking to Amani about this. The less clouds there are, the more clear it is, the cooler it is, because clouds make, I don't know, a thermal layer for all the heat that gets contained on the ground. So whenever it's clear, it's probably going to be kind of cooler. We can see that if we take a look at the temperatures. It's been in the mid-50s lately. Currently, 50 in Chicago, 65 in St. Louis, and 54 in Peoria. The temperatures have finally settled down to the consistent mid-50s and low 50s level. I've got a new graphic for you this week. If we take a look at the wind, no more dew point. We're working on finding a new wind graphic, but I figured that wind affects the temperature a little bit more than the dew point in the fall and winter. So, taking a look at this, the little arrows on top of the pointer things, those show you which direction the wind is coming from. So right now we're dealing with light winds out of the northwest at 8 to 10 miles per hour today. If we look at the 5-day forecast, it's going to be a lot of the same. 58 degrees tomorrow, 57 degrees Friday. A slight chance of rain sneaks in Friday, but other than that, we're looking pretty cool and dry. We sneak back up into the 60s on Monday, but other than that, we're consistently in the 50s. Now, to hear about the Ariana Grande breakup, let's go over to Kelly with entertainment.
Well, first up, Janet Jackson was just announced to be the recipient of the 2018 Global Icon Award. Jackson will be joining the likes of Whitney Houston, Eminem, Paul McCartney, just to name a few. She is set to receive the award at the 2018 MTV European Music Awards on November 4th, where she will perform past hits as well as a new single. This weekend, Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson called it quits, breaking off their very recent engagement. Neither Grande or Davidson have commented on the breakup. However, it was not the right time for their relationship to take off, according to TMZ. This news comes a month after Grande's ex, Mac Miller, was found dead. And for those of you who are wondering, the piglet the couple adopted, Piggy Smalls, will be staying with Ariana.
Well, you know, that's such a bummer.
Yeah.
That's all I heard about on Twitter all weekend.
It's only been 4 months.
That's very true.
Good things will come to those who wait. After this break, our own Jade Sewell will be talking to Bradley McMillan about the Peoria County Sheriff Candidate Forum.
And later, Carly Channel will have your latest in Bradley Sports.
Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Find fun activities to do, like boating and biking, or camping and hiking, plus much more. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Tonight at 7, there will be an open forum in Westlake where local sheriff candidates will answer questions about the community and their campaigns for Peoria County Sheriff.
BUTV's Jade Sewell is live from Westlake Hall with Brad McMillan. Jade?
Thanks, Monty. I'm here at Westlake Hall with Bradley McMillan, the Executive Director of the Leadership Institute here on campus. Mr. McMillan, I understand that you are conducting the Peoria County Sheriff Candidate Forum tonight. What do forums like these usually look like?
Well, we'll have the two candidates here, and hopefully we'll have a good number of students, and we've also invited the neighborhood residents and the public in general. And we have Shelley Epstein, who used to be the Vice President for Communications at Bradley and a Peoria Star Journalist serves as moderator. And so each of the candidates will be asked questions from both the moderator and the audience.
Is this the first time that Bradley's held a forum like this?
We've held many candidate forums over the years. This is the first this election season. So in the Peoria County Sheriff's race, it hasn't been a contested race in about 20 years, and I think it's probably going to be one of the closest races this election, and we have two highly qualified candidates running for the office.
What goes into determining the qualifications of these candidates?
Well, for Peoria County Sheriff, the thing you want to look at is their law enforcement experience. And one candidate, Brian Asbel, has been a part of the Peoria County Sheriff's Department for 23 years. And the other candidate, Brian Fengel, has been the Bartonville Police Chief for 21 years. So both of them have a lot of law enforcement experience.
Absolutely. And when and where can people go to vote after being properly informed on these candidates?
So for Bradley students, the church on Mossville Avenue is where the polling place is on November 6th. And there's also early voting. You can go to the Peoria County Elections Commission and find out where you can early vote as well. So those would be the places you'd go to vote.
And is there anything else students in Peoria locals should know before coming to the forum tonight?
We're going to have voter registration. You can still register to vote for this election online. So we're going to have a table with computers set up. And so if Bradley students want to get registered to vote for the upcoming election, they can.
Thank you. Reporting live for BUTV News from Westlake Hall, I'm Jade Sewell.
Thank you, Jade. Say cheese, Campus Convos is back and it's nacho-typical talk about Halloween monsters. You better believe this week's topic is, you guessed it, cheese. If you don't like all these cheesy puns, then you gotta be kidding me. Let's see what some students had to say.
Hello, I'm Ben Pollard for BUTV News, back with another edition of Campus Convos. Today we're talking about cheese. Let's go talk to some students and see if they have any Gouda answers. How many types of cheeses can you name, and please name them?
Mozzarella, smoked Gouda, provolone, American, cheddar, Mexican blend. That's it. It's a thing, okay? What's that? It's a Chihuahua cheese. I know, we bought it from Mariana's. It's a thing. Regular Gouda. Yeah, okay, we're good.
Provolone, cheddar, Swiss cheese, Munster cheese, mozzarella cheese, blue cheese. Yeah, I think that's it.
Cheddar, American, Gouda, Munster, Swiss, provolone. How do you say it? Monterey, maybe. Blue cheese. Is that a cheese? That's a cheese. That's all I got. Mozzarella, provolone, American. That's all I got right now off the top of my head.
Let's see, we've got Gouda, feta, Parmesan, brie. Oh, pepper jack. Did I say mozzarella? Yeah, I definitely said mozzarella. Cheddar, Mexican, I'm sure. Colby, I think 9. Where I'm gonna cap it off at, but I'm sure there are more up there.
Mozzarella cheese pairs really well with pizza. Can you name any other specific types of cheese that pair well with a specific type of food?
Mexican blend pairs well with tacos.
Mozzarella in like a caprese sandwich or salad, that's pretty good, yeah.
American cheese on turkey sandwiches.
Well, back where I'm from, there's an apple orchard I used to work at, and they used to put Wisconsin cheddar cheese on top of apple pie. And it was actually really good. It's actually really good.
I don't know how to say it in English, but I'm Mexican, and cheese we really like is queso lachona, and that's what we use for like tacos and stuff.
That's all we have for today's edition of Campus Convos. Be sure to tune in next time and see what other sharp answers students have. For BUTV News, I'm Ben Pollard.
Last Friday, the October Late Night BU took place inside the Markham Center and was full of fun per usual. Here's Sam Kohlmeyer with the latest.
Hey everybody, this is Sam Kohlmeyer here with BUTV News. I'm at the October Late Night BU event, and as you can see around me, there are tons of people here. It is popping as always. Things are getting a little bit out of control, a little bit wild. So as always, let's go ahead and check out everything that the event has to offer.
Hal opened up the pod bay doors for Late Night BU promptly at 9 p.m. And while a small group of students showed up initially, many more rushed inside in the moments following. The first place that I and many other students stopped was the inflatable obstacle course, which was tons of fun. But don't let the bright colors here fool you. The competition inside was absolutely fierce. The slick floors, though, they were fiercer.
What's up, guys?
Well, it's definitely rigged. One side was way easier than the other.
It was a good time. I think it was my first obstacle course in a really long time.
Moving upstairs, the workout area was still open per usual, but the racquetball courts were filled with more excitement. Dodgeball this time around. Teams competed in a series of games taking place in close quarters combat, but as always, only one team would come out on top. There were other activities too. Bags or cornhole, plus-size Jenga, and arts and crafts painting. Also pumpkin painting, which apparently weren't actually pumpkins.
So actually we were corrected, they're gourds, and so it should be gourd painting, but I went and grabbed one. I'm planning on painting it later.
Fake news at its finest. The event may not have been as spooky as in previous years, but it was still a ton of fun nonetheless, and I had a blast. For BUTV News, I'm Sam Kohlmeyer.
Up next, Carly Chana has your latest in sports.
And later we'll take a look at some upcoming events around campus. Stick with us.
Bye-bye. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
All right, so Bradley Sports finally picked it up from last week.
Yes, that's good to hear.
Soccer finally got a win.
Yeah, since about a month ago, so good for them.
Wow.
But anyway, Bradley men's cross country spent Saturday morning racing in the snow in the Ideal Rentals Bradley Pink Classic in Peoria. The Braves had 4 runners placed in the overall top 12, including junior Jake Hofert with the best time on the team. The Braves' score of 63 was good enough to win the event, beating Grand Valley State with a score of 83 and Illinois in third place with 166 points. Bradley's next race is on Friday at Illinois. Bradley soccer played twice over the past week. In Friday's game against Valparaiso, the Braves were outshot 12-10 in a 2-0 loss. Valparaiso scored 1 goal in each half past Bradley's goalie, Albert Rainwart, who made 2 saves in the game yesterday. The Braves won their first game since September 14th as they hosted Omaha. In Bradley's 3-1 win, Eunice Dayeka scored 2 second-half goals, and Albert Rainwart made a key save on a penalty kick from Omaha. The penalty kick was one of Rainwart's 3 saves in the game. The next game for the Braves is this Saturday at Drake University in Des Moines, Iowa. Last Saturday, the Bradley tennis fall season came to a close when the Braves lost in the first-round matches at the singles main draw at the ITA Regional Championships in Iowa City, Iowa. Sophomore Sandra Malatin, junior Natalia Barbev, and freshman Bozana Lojper all fell in straight sets Saturday. The Braves have a young team that is very talented, and the next couple years should be promising for the Bradley tennis team. Men's golf also finished up their season this past week. Bradley finished 28 over 880 to finish 6th in the final tournament of the fall season. Davidson University took home first place at 9 over par 861, and Dayton Dayton and Illinois State tied for second with 14 over 866. Bradley Golf will open the 2019 spring season on February 25th at the Colin Montgomery Invitational in Spring, Texas. Bradley teams were busy this week, and so was one sorority. Gamma Phi Beta hosted their annual Moonball event where teams signed up to take part in a basketball tournament to raise money for a good cause. Krista Broom has the story.
For Greek Life, raising money for their philanthropies is a huge part of what they do, and this weekend, Gamma Phi Beta hosted its annual Moonball event at Markin Student Recreational Center. This year, the event was hosted in the form of a basketball tournament, but that isn't how it's always been.
The event is called Moonball, and it's a form of either a basketball tournament, volleyball tournament, or kickball. We have done kickball for the past however many years, and we switched it up to basketball this year. A lot of the guys seem more interested in basketball than kickball, so we wanted to switch it up.
6 teams signed up to play in the tournament, and the winning team got to go home with a prize. Each team had to pay an entry fee, which benefited a great cause.
The event benefits Girls on the Run International. It's Gamma Phi Beta's philanthropy event, so all the money raised goes towards our philanthropy, Girls on the Run.
Signing up for this tournament wasn't only a chance to play basketball for the players, it was a chance to contribute to something bigger than themselves.
I love to play basketball. All my friends, we like to play basketball, and it's also for a good cause. So we figured it'd be something fun to do, kind of be involved in school for Greek life, stuff like that. So it's just a fun opportunity to wake up on Saturday and do what we love.
It's been a great morning here at Markin. A lot of teams played for a great cause. For BUTV News, I'm Krista Broom.
Wow, well, we did great in sports, and I was thinking we should make a BUTV News basketball team.
That'd be great.
Do you could play intramurals?
Yeah,
yes.
Intramurals, and you could play point guard of mine.
Let's go. I'll do it.
I'll coach. That's what I'll do. That's my contribution. Up next, we'll take a look at some of upcoming events around campus.
And musical performance you will not want to miss.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at some upcoming events around campus. October is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and Bradley's newly established Center for Cybersecurity is hosting an event to spread awareness. This Friday from 1 to 4:30 in the New Miller Lecture Hall, located in Bradley Hall. A free event will feature speakers from underwriters, Laboratories, Caterpillar, and CIAN. The discussion will cover current and future cybersecurity issues from all perspectives, as well as steps everyone can take to protect themselves and their organizations against cyber threats. Looking for somewhere off campus to eat at this Friday? Look no further than the campus town subway. ESA is holding a subway night from 4 to 8 p.m. where a portion of the proceeds during the time will benefit St. Jude ESA's philanthropy. A footlong may only cost $6, but it will mean so much more to the St. Jude's kids that you'll be helping. We hope to see you there. Tomorrow in the GCC Horowitz Auditorium, the next Visual Voices lecture will be held by artist Nicholas Nyland. Nyland has won a number of awards and honors for his work over the years that he broadly defines himself as abstract. Following the lecture, there will be a reception held at the Hartman Center where you'll be able to check out some of Nyland's art for yourself. If you can't make it tomorrow, the art will be featured in the Hartman Center until November 20th.
Could you believe that Bradley recycles? I actually thought they didn't recycle.
I honestly didn't think they did.
I wasn't sure. I was a skeptic, but I wasn't sure. So
everyone talked about that red bin, and I honestly thought it wasn't real. So I'm glad we're all informed now. That's all for BUTV News. We leave you tonight with a performance from the Royalists. Have a great night, and we'll see you right back here next week.